Hello, Kawans. It's me, Little Cat, bringing you Immortal Part 1. In session 38, the team went about collecting their closest friends and family to bring them to a safe location. Ethis has made sure they will be transported to the correct space when the time comes, and not in a random austere hall. Not everyone goes easily, though, as some learn. They now have a whole bunch of mismatched individuals in one place with assurance that it's some kind of fantasy club med situation. We come back to the team, rested but wary, and just inform that they have a meeting with Ethis. Gunlug, you've just found out that your mother knows more than she let up, just as you've received the instructions to meet up with Ethis. She looks at you after your questioning and she goes, "You're having this conversation because you needed to. My job is simple. I'm here as your mother to provide you a safe home, with no judgments. What I wasn't given before and what I left to give you. Good luck. Make me an insight check. Roll. Oh, it's very good. As she was talking, you remember that your mention of Sonora? How do you pronounce his name? Sonora. That made her flinch a little bit, but only you caught this. You receive back a hug in equal measure. Nothing was lost during this conversation, but you also suspect that although she may know some things, there's a lot of other things she doesn't know or was kept pretty hidden from her. She looks at you. Well, I know enough that you're taking care of the slums, part of it. You got into a lot of trouble for a while, from what I heard from others. I suspect that you tried to keep it secret, but people talk. Good luck. For as long as you have been alive, my daughter. Do you think you would have answered if I asked? Truthfully and at length. She shrugs. Um, Everyone turns around to look at Toby, who is now standing in front of the magical cupboard that gives food and drink. And it looks as if he has the loading screen on. He hasn't actually woken up, and he's just standing there. You also see your bigger friend, what's his name? Tanner, walk to him while he's still focused on the cupboard, and Tanner opens the cupboard to pull out yet another sandwich, but this is a breakfast sandwich. You see egg, and closes the cupboard. Clearly, this shows that there was nothing in mind in Toby's head, and he's literally just updating software right now. With that visual, she turns back to you with a, "You think?" She puts a hand on your shoulder, as a mother is wont to do, and she goes, "You will tell me things when you're comfortable. I trust you that much. You're my daughter." again, I remind you that I'm glad, although you don't remember the stories that I told you as a child about where we come from, you still remember the spirit. And the spirit that I see you hold for dear life, protecting. There's nothing in the world that would make me less proud of you, good luck. And your friends. She looks at you with only with how only a mother could. Like there's no judgment in her eyes whatsoever. Well, so far, she smiles like it's as bright as the sun when she does smile thinking about the 20 something, I think it's 24 children. She goes, I saw them. It was quite late at night, so when they did come here, they were quite sleepy. So seeing them today would be quite entertaining. She looks at Max in particular, and Max is, while dusting and putting things away, stops and smiles as well. Kine is at the side. She has started leaning against one of the walls, her arms folded. She looks generally unimpressed by your explanation, but because Mama Gun has taken it in stride, she really won't say anything. You know this expression. She nods. She moves to the corner where Toby is and kicks him in the shin before pulling out a mug full of coffee from that particular cupboard. Okay. What are the rest of you doing? You have received the buzz and the call to go see your boss, essentially. Okay. Okay. The orphanage is a buzz. Children wake up at weird hours, and today they wake up early because they are in a new place. They are excited. There's a forest at the back. They have been told there's activities the night before, and some of them have not forgotten. There are three very already tired adults, and it's not even 7:30 in the morning yet. He never really told anyone how old. You can ask. Mm-hmm.
Likely going to be interacting with some of the children.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second for a while. There seems to be some audio issues. Do 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 do. No, no, on my side.
Uh,
Okay, say words.
Hello.
Okay, it's picking you up now. It wasn't picking you up just now. It was just silent.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What were you saying? You introduce
Um,
everybody to Normandy.
yes, like the adults, like the caretakers. This is Normandy. Get him to help you look after the children.
Uh, the three
He is very helpful.
caretakers
You
sort of
guys
look
look
at
like you have your
Normandy.
hand.
We're so tired. It's not even 7:30 yet. At least I think it's 7:30. It's 7:30, right? Yes, it's 7:30. Um, well, I can sort of see how Normandy, was it Normandy can help. We're going to the forest to do some uh gathering of fruits and things. Normandy, do you want to go? Um, if it's all right with you guys, I could definitely just go.
I
He looks at Bosk, like eyes glittering.
like, yes, please do
Okay.
things here. Enjoy yourself.
He bounces off with the youngest caretaker, and Morgana, you pop out at this point from your sleeping arrangements and your studying.
Yeah.
Oh, before Normandy leaves, I tell him that I have work to do, so I am not sure when I'll be back, but I should be back next day or
Okay,
two at most.
okay, I can do that. Just be safe.
Not
Runs away.
yes.
Morgana, you see a tiny kobold sort of bound away with one of your assistants, the younger one. The other two is still minding the rest of the children, making breakfast and such other things. The children are haphazardly around, trying not to touch things dangerous, at least. And you see your friend
Uh,
Bosk in front of you, sort of like a parent dropping off a child.
Did you hear the summons?
yeah. Um, why is Normandy going with them?
I figured I'd leave him here to help with the and I gesture to the children.
And he's alright with kids, right?
Yes, he should be fine. He's treated a good number of kids.
Okay. I go up to the other. I'm guessing one of them is not there anymore. The other two caretakers.
Mm-hmm.
I pass them like some insect spray, just in case.
Okay, okay, they take it.
And then I
What's
okay.
this? What does
You
it
take
look
like a
like?
bottle of insect spray, like
It's
this
just
isn't going to be enough.
exactly. It's just one bottle.
Like
It's
a
deet.
bottle each. A bottle each.
Per
Like
child.
two bottles.
Okay, two
No,
bottles.
per caretaker.
Okay, per
No,
okay,
I give
they
it technically three, but I'm like just pass it to the other one just in
mm,
case, because I'm not sure what's gonna be in the forest.
Oh, yes, Normandy should be able to help ward the bugs away.
one of
Yeah.
the helpers
He's
actually looks
helpful like
at Bosk and goes, um, I've been wanting to ask the little kobold, are those
yes.
mushrooms dangerous? Should we be worried in case, he poofs in front of the children?
I pause for a moment. What mushrooms was he carrying with them?
It wasn't
With him?
any mushrooms that he was carrying. It's the chunk of mushrooms at the end of his tail that he has used to, like, theoretically animate the dead. You know for a fact that this doesn't hurt the living. It's just real dusty.
Okay, I explain that. I explain that, and if there are any side effects, I will mention them. Because some of his mushrooms have side effects.
You have sufficiently told Normandy not to bring any mushrooms because you're not sure which one is dangerous and which one is not. So you told him to put them all at home. And he's like,
Okay,
okay. So he hasn't brought any mushrooms.
okay,
Okay,
okay. Ones on his tail are fine.
that actually makes me feel better. He's really cute and I want to pick him up, but I think that would be not a good thing to do because, he's an adult.
Can ask him for permission. He's very nice.
She smiles. In that case, Miss Waters, I don't want to keep you. We have to get the children
Mhm.
fed and then out with activities. I think we're gonna start doing some coloring. She turns to the other assistant. The other assistant is like, "Oh, yes, yes, coloring. I was thinking more mathematics, but that's fine, I guess."
Yes.
Ah,
Not.
right. Coloring.
They move away from you. Um, are you looking for the rest of the people? I think Valerius has left to go to the meeting.
I think we just meet at the meeting area because we didn't decide it. So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
probably easier to just go and then there.
Wendigo, you wake up with a familiar person on a familiar side of the bed. It seems normal. It seems as if nothing has changed. She is amazingly brave as you know her to be, and right now, amazingly asleep.
Hmm. Hmm. He will get up very slowly and shift her from the bed, as he generally does, and replace her on it when he's out, tucks her in.
She does not stir, continues being asleep, as this is very common of you to do before you leave for the rest of your day.
Then he will look around to see where the items are, freshening up, dressing up, checking up for the amulet thing doesn't come off, right?
No, the amulet thing is with you. That said, do you often look at your tattoo?
Wendigo doesn't often look at the tattoo. He feels it a lot, and he prefers not to try and look at it because it reminds him and makes him anxious. Uh, Lily sometimes comments on it in a way that tries to be encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not.
Make me a perception check, and you want to roll low so you don't see it.
Okie dokie.
14. Unfortunate. You don't get a good look at it, but you see a glimpse of it. Because thematically you've leveled up. How much or how little has it changed from the last image you gave me, which is kind of scary?
He doesn't look at it because it's is on his back, but he can feel it creeping. Like that sensation of being touched where he knows it's not Lily, it's not the covers. There's a sensation of something larger than he is, that he isn't currently. There's space to grow, and he will close his eyes, concentrate on his breathing. No.
Make me a general wisdom check, like a flat wisdom. 15. You will yourself to not bothering or feeling whatever this creeping touch is. You will it from getting to you. And slowly, as you breathe out, The feeling of dread doesn't really go away, but it dissipates the slightest bit. You know, though, that whatever is happening to you is very emotionally driven. And as you change, for better or for worse, so will it. And the more negative you sort of have your outlook on life, the more negative it tends to become as well. But you put that out of your mind for the moment because all you can see is a sleeping Lily and the fact that you have a meeting to go to.
Business as usual. He will take the amulet, get dressed, cleaned up, and then he thinks and he will exit through the window instead, trying to keep
Easy
out of
enough.
sight and view.
Easy enough. The home that you've picked for Lily is so far behind and so far away from everyone else that even if you had taken the front door, at this hour, most people would have not made you out. But now you have the extra benefit of coming out like a teenager escaping in the middle of the night. It's silent, except for the sounds of insects, the breathing trees, the a babbling brook somewhere. It's serene. It's comfortable.
Wendigo just nods. Ugh, manufactured. And he will move along, trying to avoid anything to do with kids, stay out of line of sight, and make his way to the meeting.
Easy. Uh, okay. Is there anything special anybody else would like to do? Gundag, I know you're making waffles. Eventually you'll be done making waffles. Anything you wanna add extra, or do you guys want me to just cut to door opening? Boss is staring at you.
Oh, he'll take a bath with the shampoo. Why not?
You're now tickless. It's great. You also smell like vaguely of peppermint. You you're a lot
Does
cleaner.
your fur get extra floofy?
Oh no. I
I
mean,
need to know.
Let's
nah.
roll for it. DM, what should I roll?
Roll for fluff. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to roll like a athletics check to see how much you shake yourself to unwetness.
Okay. 16.
16. Okay, you're not that floofy, unfortunately. You still have some
Alright.
bits of water sort of seeping through your um very, very thick underlayer.
Hmm.
Like, you know how some dogs have double coating? Wendigo
Yes.
has like quadruple coating,
Yes.
and that's very hard to shake off. Okay.
I think Gunlag would delay slightly after getting the summons just to explain that she's got to go away for a little bit. She's not really sure what will happen next, but that she'll be back.
Okay.
And just kind of take that time to like explain that she's going and coming back.
You're
Not
met
rushing.
with agreement, understanding. Again, there are some dissenting eyebrows, not voices, but eyebrows, and you know who it belongs to. Um,
Oh.
Toby is finally sort of awake, and he is quiet. You've never seen him this quiet and this unable to be sassy, especially in the morning when you've just woken him up.
I will just implore them to go hang with the kids, help out, think of how we're going to take our streets back when we come back from this hiatus, because I'm sure there'll be lots of stuff happening when we're not around.
You say this, everybody looks to be rejuvenated by your words, and then you see Max come towards you and tug on your the hem of your jacket or whatever is hanging down, and he ushers you to go towards him, as if he wants to whisper something to you. And you have not seen Max speak at all, so this is all very strange.
Man's never said.
Max never said
They
words.
speak sometimes, but not much. Very, very rarely, I think. So we'll, of course, crouch down.
He whispers into your ears. Even when he speaks, it's very, very soft. You hear, "It's fine. Good luck."
I will give them a hug and kiss their little head as well. And yeah, give everyone like a goodbye hug.
Mhm. Your mom hugs you a little bit longer than she usually does, and then she lets you go and points to the door. I think you have to go.
Toby, I've got your pants. You figure yourself out. See ya.
What? Wait, what? And then you're gone. And you hear from inside the door Toby exclaiming that he doesn't have an extra pair of pants. All of you find yourself in front of the door. Are some of you already inside? Or do you
Um,
just loiter outside?
If we arrive, we would knock and go in because we have no way of knowing if anyone else is already inside.
Okay. Can I know who arrives first? And what's the roll order?
Do we just roll for it?
Sure.
What do we
Okay.
roll?
I mean, good luck is last, obviously. Yeah, your
Okay,
initiative, I guess.
I'll roll. I'll roll for me and Morg because we arrived together.
Mm-hmm.
We're on 14.
Okay, let me see what I get. Let's go. 18.
Fast.
And then Wendy.
Weemdy.
Wendy didn't pause for anything.
Okay, so Wandy should be early as
First?
well. Yeah.
I'm going to say that you guys stagger in with about maybe 5 or 10 minutes between each. Gunlog is gonna arrive like 20 minutes. You see at this in front of you as she beckons you in one by one. She first greets Bosk and Morgana and Wendigo together. Oh, that's it. Good, you're here. Well, not all of you. Why don't you get some coffee or something? I'll just be here writing unless you have questions.
Coffee.
She
Wahoo.
ignores you as she goes back to the piece of paper she has in front of her. She's not hiding anything. You can sort of squint if you feel like it, but you feel like it's just boring accounting paperwork. Valerius, eventually you arrive.
I'll take off my new helmet as I walk in and greet Ephes first, and greet the rest of the party.
This looks at you. goes-
Morning.
What is that? What happened to all the shiny stuff?
Valerius kind of looks
Alright,
down at this
this is
army
the
and is
first
like,
time you're wearing
ah.
the goofy armor.
Valerius kind of like turns to his side a bit and like lifts up his sleeve to show the tattoo with the X gone across it. I'm like, and he just kind of like meekly speaks out like, I'm rebranding myself, so to speak.
I sip the coffee and say,
She looks
wait,
at
that's not just like a prototype that hasn't gone through the design team.
Valerius turns over to Boss looking a little bit insulted, like, excuse me, I designed this armor myself, and it's the final product.
it looks
Oh.
good, but and then she looks at Boss specifically, like that when he said rebranding and then showed me his arm, that wasn't a joke. Right? Like that wasn't
Valerius
he
kind of
branded
turns around,
himself.
loading screen for a moment, he's like, oh,
Rebranded
oh.
W.
The face of, oh shit, I didn't realize what I did. It's like, yes, I guess. I did not realize what I
Intentional.
said.
It's never funny on purpose, let's be honest.
She's she's sort of sitting between impressed and disgusted because you didn't deliberately make a pun, but it happened anyway, and she's like,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Well-
Who are we waiting for? There's
We
one
still have
more,
Gunlock.
I
Gunlock.
look around. Ah, where's Gunlock?
Nah, she might still be with her little gang. She should be here soon.
A long night, maybe.
She
Speaking
points
of-
to the coffee machine, and then she looks at you. What was it?
Wait, who specifically? Points at
Who's
who?
she looking at?
To Valerius, because
Oh,
you
okay.
said something.
Right. Valerius will step forward. It's like, I had something I want to discuss with you.
Sure, have a seat.
Valerius pulled his seat, sit down. It's like, who do I talk to if I wanted to try to give a recommendation for someone to be inducted into the Aegis?
Well, you can put your name with me, and then we'll run a background check and full, the whole rigmarole, and then we will see whether or not they. And then she looks at you and she goes, she, I'm guessing,
A nod.
is good enough for this place.
Valerius will pull out his tablet and then scroll through the personnel file to Aaron's own, then just slide the tablet over. You need a copy?
She nods.
I will make a copy later.
Just put it on the desk when you're ready.
Valerius will now pull out Tinker's tools and make another tablet.
Just letting you know that this process is very strict, so there's no guarantee.
Valerius nods like, I understand that. I'm very grateful that you're willing to take a look regardless. About like 10 minutes later, Valerius will put another tablet onto the table.
She looks at you, she's like, why can't you just use paper?
Valerius, for clarification, opens up the new tablet and scrolls through like 5 pages of documents, commendations, and projects she's completed. And I'm like, do you really think I have the time to copy this into 5 pages?
I mean, it's one of the preparations if you're sending out a resume to someone, unless, you give
This is
random
her-
people, what is this, a tablet?
Yeah, it's a tablet, and Valerius will push it over. This is her resume. Well, not really. It's her personnel dossier, but
Okay. She pushes it aside. Is there anything else?
Valerius will look around. Not from me. Thank you for your time, and I'll stand up.
That is when Gunlaug appears at the
Hello.
door, which is open. Right.
I
It
will
looks
look
like
at Val and tell him he looks ridiculous before anything else happens.
she chuckles at this.
There
It's
is
like,
There is a slow punch to the shoulder from Valerius to Gunlog.
While we're waiting, Bosk will be like, did you design the other one too?
Valerius will whisper back. Well, not really. Part of it, but not just the helmet, actually. Not the rest of it.
Ah, okay.
right. Everybody's
what
here.
does it mean?
That's a good question.
Are you talking to Valerius?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, when I go to answer your question from a couple days back, I believe it was a couple days back since Valerius and when it goes heart to heart in the hotel room, right? Or has it been a week at least?
Hotel room?
Yeah,
we haven't
had
been in the hotel since like
been a
Before
while.
our
Like
cold
a month.
travel journey that
Yeah,
lasted for a few
what
weeks.
do you mean a week?
a couple weeks back. Yeah, two. All right,
No,
To
not a
ref-
couple.
Last
So
month.
many
No, couple.
weeks.
So many weeks ago. Yeah, so it was like looks back to looks back to when it goes like, well, to answer your question, from few weeks back in the hotel, I am no longer affiliating myself with Rikers. This is one step towards it. I haven't remade the entirety of my equipment, but this is the quickest one I could get done.
What does it mean?
I'm trying to figure out what to say in response to this. Valerius is smart. He shouldn't be able to pull a blank like this. Oh,
Because he's smart doesn't mean he knows what to say when being asked emotionally loaded questions.
Mm-hmm.
that is fair. All right. He looks back to Wendigo. I am not sure. I'll get back to you when I have an answer.
You committed without answer.
No, there was a reason for this commitment. She's sitting back over by the houses.
She was crying.
I know. Doesn't make me happy to make her cry. Anyway, I think our handler has been waiting for us, and I'll look back at Ephes with a small apologetic smile.
If Mosk could raise an eyebrow, there is an eyebrow raise.
I mean, she
She
could
goes-
just have like an animated mask, so you know.
He's like, "You guys done doing the heart to heart? Nothing
Yes.
else? Good. Right." She goes to a sort of whiteboard thing and she starts scribbling. She goes, "Here's my plan that you're going to have to exact for me while I do things in the background. You're going to infiltrate the Omni Cathedral to get Myra. Because if she finds out we're after her, she's going to run. We can't have that. I'll give you a time when she's doing that. It's usually towards the end of the day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, towards the end of the day, around 6, 7 after her sermon, she's doing paperwork. She'll be in her sermon hall before she leaves for her home. You have to get in, keep her there, because me, some Zaraha guards, and some Raxley special guards will be coming in. We can overrule the local guards easily, and we'll be able to grab her."
Wait, why are we not just taking her here?
No! She laughs at the thought. I don't know if you realize this, but once they find out that the pretty much two of the very important people, first in the military and then her in the circle, is gone, they're gonna make up a stink.
Yes.
And you will never get her out of there without us. And by us, I mean the Zarahas and the Raxleys. Here's the catch. Once we come in, Myra and Tazra will be released to the Krera official judiciary in the penal system. I need you all to be there to make sure nothing goes wrong.
What?
Can I tell
Wait.
what she means by goes wrong?
Valerius will speak up. You're not asking us to be witnesses, are you?
I'm asking you to be guards. I'm asking you to be there. It's part and parcel of you pulling the pin from this whole operation and letting me know, so to speak. Otherwise,
Why are
we
we
can't,
delivering them to the
get her.
corrupt system that they helped made?
Because that's how things work. If we just bulldoze every corrupt government without working within their systems, we'll be just as bad as they are. What?
That was my impression of what you do.
She is offended. Are you trying to tell me that that's what you want? For us to be an even bigger, even worse entity than what we have in local governments? You want us to
What
be
I said.
unchecked in our power?
That's not what I said.
The implication is there, Gunnog.
Well, any fucking question I've had answer from you guys seems to indicate that.
Well, now you're learning you're wrong. We have systems to make sure we don't fuck up.
You're a secret organization. Who enforces those?
The governments we're trying to save. We don't exist as a singular entity. We have checks and balances that you're not privy to. Those balances come from people like myself who exist in these systems of governance. There are other people from other continents here as well to make sure we don't overstay our welcome, to make sure we don't overstep our powers.
What was Nathaniel about?
That is not for you to know. But suffice it to say, if anything goes down, there are a few people who are more than capable of taking any one of us out. Those are the checks and balances. We don't throw our weight around just because we're a secret organization. We're the eyes. We're the ears. When we see things like this, it's our job to deliver them to the correct powers. We work within systems.
When we went and got the general sitting in the cells right now, what systems were we working within?
A small amount of control. Sometimes you need to do a little bit to get it in. Now that you're in, we need to follow through. But to do that, we need to go through the correct channels.
And that means handing the corrupt people over to the corrupt systems that they created.
That means handing a corrupt group of people into a system that can be redeemed.
Should we not redeem the system first?
This is the chicken and egg thing. If you have any better ideas, I'm all ears. She's looking at you with mild irritation at this point.
What's going to happen to them when they get put into these systems? They're going to get a slap on the wrist and just keep doing what they're doing?
Personally, they're gonna get a whole load more. You've given me a lot of information that can indict these two. The
What
question or not is whether or not
do
we
you
can get
think?
Myra.
What do you think could go wrong?
So many things. There can be a separate insurgency. For all we know, Myra, Tozra, and whoever else they're working with are planning a coup. It could be happening, but
Valerius will
we
speak
are
up.
not sure about that yet. There's a lot. There's a lot that we need to discover. There's a lot that we need to plan. It's only been 12 hours.
Valerius not slowly digesting information before speaking up. In regards to us retrieving Myra, once we have secured her long enough for your forces to arrive, are we to identify ourselves as House? What is her house name again? Sorry,
Zaraha,
House Zaraha operatives, or are we to just remain anonymous?
you will be known as the whistleblowers. It's what those things I made you sign yesterday was about.
Right, so
Valerius
they
nods.
will know about us.
I'm
She
assuming the same
nods.
would be true. I'm assuming the same would be true when we are sent to guard her.
Correct. In that situation, you will be officially under mine and hopefully Raxley's name.
Just to clarify, every other noble house has no stake in this, only the Raxleys and the Zarahas. So if we encounter any operatives requesting other operatives from other noble houses requesting us to relinquish custody to them, we are not to do so.
Correct.
Valerius
This is
nods
a
and trusts that
Raxley
information.
operation because this happened specifically in their barracks. They have a stake in this.
Raxley.
Can you tell
For
us about
me,
their Capabilities.
Their capabilities, Raxley's. She looks at Valerius. He can tell you that.
Valerius will give a nod and he will not regale per se, like he will in PowerPoint detail explain what the soldiers of House Raxley's are like.
Make
Which
me
is
a roll. Let me.
I have
let me
no idea,
just really
so
quickly.
okay.
Make me a history roll.
Fair
do I
enough,
get
fair enough.
advantage? Because one of my friends is Noble House of
Sure.
Raxley?
Sure.
19.
19. You know enough to say how these people train. You know what is available, and you know that when Ethis is talking about the special guard, these are the cream of the crop. The does what is told,
The honor
no
guard.
questions asked, and is screened for essentially lawfulness ability to detect right and wrong, that like paladin shit.
So they're paladins?
No, they behave pretty much like you don't know what class they are.
Oh.
What's up?
Imagine
can be-
behaving like a paladin without being a paladin.
I
Wouldn't be me.
Some there's just a bard there that's just like, I actually am a paladin. Rolls a deception check. Rolls a 34. Everybody buys it.
Okay. So, did she mention when we're gonna be moving out?
Wait,
You know
what
that
about
it is
Moira?
Moira, hang on. Do you know that this is about 7, close to 8 o'clock in the morning? She did tell you that Moira will be free and chilling at around 6 to 7 in the evening.
To clarify,
6
when
to 7.
she said shilling, she means within the servant's house or the
No,
servant room, sorry? Her
within the
own house then.
Omni Cathedral.
Oh, the Omni Cathedral, okay.
Do
Wait.
y'all know what an is?
You saw the Omni Cathedral. It's directly outside the fountain.
Oh.
I mean, it's like in front of the fountain
Wait, like in Bror or where are we at
in
now?
Bror.
The fountain in Brawl, the meeting place
And
where
this
it
is
all
this
began.
person, Moira, is in Bror?
Correct. You know this for a fact. That there's only one Omni Cathedral, and it's in Bror.
Like I missed some information because I am not clear on what our objective is.
So what I understand so far is we need to infiltrate the Omni Cathedral and get Myra. We'll be leaving somewhere around evening where she'll be preparing to leave for her home at around 6 or 7, wasn't it?
He
This
looks
is
at
late.
all of you. I'll say this again. Go in when she's chilling. Make sure she doesn't escape until we get there. The place is the Omni Cathedral. And then she looks at Gunlog, who should know this. The time is around 6 to 7. Do you want me to write this down?
Valerius will speak outside. No need, I already did.
Everybody who's sort of looking at this gnome right now, make me an insight check.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't need to roll an insight check to tell that she's getting annoyed.
24.
Wendigo will ask, what is her capabilities?
She is incredibly strong, incredibly persuasive, incredibly able to take you down if you're not careful. She is terrifying. You think her sister's bad? It's a good thing you turned her into a snail. Good job, by the way. That was hilarious. But
Hold on a minute.
Myra, there's a
Could try
reason.
to do that again.
You can try. You can do anything. Make sure she doesn't leave.
And once again, if we turn her into a snail, hypothetically speaking, why wouldn't we take her here and have her imprisoned?
Because we'll have to take her out again and give her to the Raxleys.
Okay.
I don't
And how
think
long are we meant to babysit this incredibly dangerous person
until we
before you
get there.
arrive?
Hopefully, we'll get there within half an hour. But we're pretty much doing a procession to show people that things are happening. This is a public execution of persons.
And is there a reason why you guys can't just come with us when we go in together and be stronger?
Because this is not me.
So this operation is under the flag of the Raxlers, is it?
She nods.
To make it more convincing, we have to hold her there to the point where Raxley soldiers can be seen marching through a brawl and making a beeline towards the Omni Cathedral. Therefore, the public believes that something big is going down.
She touches her nose. Again, I remind you that the story's fun is you came up to me. And this is a little bit of lore. The Zarahas are pretty much Eflon people. Like that is their governance. They are the economists. They are the money folks. So legitimately within that timeline, you were in Eflon Minor, and she would be the closest.
Well, there is something that Valerius will ask about, though. He'll ask about, will we be operating within Brawl itself? What about the sorry, out of game? Wasn't there something that prevented us from using magic or something like that inside of Brawl?
Yeah, inside of on the streets for public
okay.
safety.
It's just a rule, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not, we're not disabled.
It's not like a big space full of anti-magic. It's just like if they see you cast, they will come down on you.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's public safety essentially. It's like watching someone open carry and unholster a gun.
Okay, so now Valerius will ask, like, well, if we want to get into the Omni Cathedral, then we might have to cast magic or do, God forbid, anything outside of it. Do we have any sort of permits to say that we are under orders or something, or are we supposed to act anonymously without notice of the guards before any help arrives?
She shakes her head.
All right.
This is where all of you come in. We know your capabilities well enough. Valerius, you know buildings. Especially Riker buildings.
Valerius will admit, actually out of game, is the Omni Cathedral like have a mirror of Riker security systems in it?
She nods. Amongst other things.
Oh.
And then she looks at Wendigo and Gunlug. Both of you have important information.
Is this a place I've scoped in the past?
Sorry? What?
Is this a place I've scoped in the past?
I'm getting to that. Wendigo and Gunlug, both of you have in-depth knowledge of the underground tunnels getting into each building. Don't act like you don't. She looks at Gunlug like, you thief.
Of course.
You should be able to make yourself there quickly. Again, you can't be seen up top, if possible. The sermon room of the Omni Cathedral is on the 5th floor. There's a bit for you to climb up. I'm going to make sure that there's minimal guards today. That's all I can do to help you. Until we come through.
Wendigo will look at Valerius and go, floor plan.
Valerius will nod and he will start going through his databases for it.
You find
do I
something.
even have it?
It takes a while. I'm gonna have you make rolls after the meeting.
Okay.
Because
basically, Valerius just goes through like
something called Omni Cathedral feels like it deserves a bunch of floor plans for important people.
Valerius just scrolling through like 2 terabytes of information. It's like, where
Valerius, Morgana, and Bosk, all three of you being of decently high society, or at least T20-ish, know that the Omni Cathedral is not just a religious space. It is the office of governing people. The higher up you go, the more expensive the space gets. And right at the top, about 15 floors, is the penthouse where it's considered some kind of an oval room lah for the circle. It's where big plays are happening, big talks, giant policy discussions.
I see. I see.
So,
Okay.
Myra is on the 5th floor. She's about a third of the way important.
Boss can tell you, Bosk and Morgana actually can tell you that the 5th floor is open to the public from certain hours. So like between 10 to 5, it's open to the public to hear sermons, to do prayers.
Okay.
She looks at all of you.
I think we need to do some first. Will you be here if any questions come?
She shakes her head. I have to leave in an hour. I have to start getting everything ready.
I
We have to make some way for the guards to feasibly leave the cathedral. Otherwise, you'll be in a wild time.
Can
What
we not teleport?
You can try.
what
Is it not possible?
is guarding Myra normally?
You see her think. If I remember correctly, the last time I spoke with her, she has 2 like real fancy guards.
Valerius perks up a bit. Can you describe them?
Looks like a guard.
Valerius kind of slumps in his seat. It's like, never mind.
I mean, they're not Raxleys.
Are there one of mine? Oh, one
She
mine.
shakes
I
her
mean by
head.
Riker. Okay.
She
good to know.
shakes her head. She's powerful. She's part of the. She married into the seas, which is out of character one of the other noble families,
The
which is
seas.
the human noble family.
Okay. Thought they were sea elves or something.
No,
Seas.
CEY
The
CEIY.
CEIY. Okay.
Do
Hmm.
I know any other potential entry points or easy to get out and away points for this building?
It's gonna take some amount of thinking. Like you guys will have to leave this office
We have to
and
like
like
study the
yeah, you have to sit
Valerius's
down and
stuff.
really think about it because from off the top of your head, you know stuff. It's just that you have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's not information that you can just pull. It's not in your current memory storage.
Makes sense.
I'm also thinking out of character. So Myra gives a sermon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is Myra the only sermon giver?
She's one of few, but she's the more powerful one, and she pretty much decides on that day she'll be talking. The good thing is she's usually there anyway, even if there's another sermon. I've never sat into one of her talks. Never been interested. No offense to anybody who's religious.
And what
Does
is her
she go
religion?
first or last?
She usually goes last.
Oof.
And then she sort of thinks again. She's like, "That's what I heard anyway."
And what religion is this?
Fuck if I know. Like I said, I don't really pay attention.
And you said she's strong. Is she strong magically, physically, both?
Miracles.
I've heard her
Mm.
best her sister in combat many times.
Okay.
She's not my favorite person. I wouldn't be caught dead in her sphere of influence. Let's just put it at that. Things I know secondhand.
Mm.
But her
Like what?
schedule's obvious. The whole fighting thing.
Okay.
Oh, the
Also-
street fight.
She shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. Look, you don't get into her position without being at least a little bit powerful.
Hmm.
I think that's fair. What? And please forgive me. I know you've been over this, but I'm not quite clear on why this needs to happen so quickly. I understand we've captured the frickin' general, and that's going to kick up a stir. Why would they know that they're next on the list? What's
That's a good
with this
question.
immediate urgency? Why do we
Her-
not have more time to plan?
I think it's just me because I don't like my country being in this kind of disarray. This is probably my own ego stepping in. If you need more time, that's fine. But I personally think if we give her time,
I get that we give them time to prepare as well.
no,
Just-
that's not just. I don't know what she's capable of personally. Her sister's missing. And then she is directing this towards Gundog specifically. She's like, "You're close to your mother, right?"
We will not answer any questions about her mother.
I'm going
What
to take that as a
does
yes.
Myra look like?
Would Valerius actually know what she looked like?
All of you would know what she looks. She's a figurehead. She is literally on TV. She
It's like,
is
yeah, we're
Okay.
parading
kidnapping
around.
Obama.
She's like the
Pulls
freaking
out
Pope.
picture.
He's
Okay.
literally the Pope.
Oh, she
Okay.
is. Okay.
Oh
that,
no.
that would simplify her a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out why she was giving summons. Oh,
She's as close to the Pope as you can get.
Okay,
Okay.
that explains. I thought she was like a bishop or archbishop or
Yeah.
something,
Yes.
so I wasn't
Well,
clear.
Lamau, we're kidnapping
I mean,
the Pope,
I
guys.
can't really say she's the Pope because she doesn't own the whole Vatican of this planet. But you know, she's like the main guy. I don't know who the main guy is below the Pope.
It's okay.
It should be either the cardinals or the archbishop, but anyway.
One
So
of
when you say
those.
She's like
Omni
famous. Like we would
She
know her.
famous. She's one of those people who just appears on TV. She's in the newspaper a lot. She's shaking hands, kissing babies.
Okay. Well, like Obama. Is she well liked by the general populace? Do we know?
Yes,
Ah.
she
Okay.
Are
is
we close
beloved.
to apprehending her brother as well? With some other team? But
You
based on the information we've given?
you can ask her. If she
Yeah.
does, she's gonna say, "We're working on that."
Okay.
The problem is, none of our teams and Etienne have any idea where he went. It's like he went dark.
Right.
We're afraid that he
But
might
it
be.
sounds like she'll probably feel the pressure pretty fucking quickly.
I mean, her brother's missing, her sister's missing.
Got it.
Right. I think I've got a better understanding now.
Look, I will give you as much time as you want. I will freely admit that this is my ego coming into play because I don't like what's going on right now. This is my country. And this is a noble family shitting on the other noble families. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
I don't care about noble families.
I shrug. It's
This
been
is
going on for so
your
long.
family. This is part of your system. This is. She takes out a piece of paper. picks one. This is Tanner betraying you.
Wendigo
This is a shit system that's never done anything to protect any of my family.
Wendigo resists the urge to say "not my president."
And then she looks. You say that, and she looks at you, and she's like, "What have you done to protect the rest of the slums? The people who don't know you, the people who are so out of your way. Have you protected them personally?
What do you think I'm doing? Fucking meter by meter, getting closer to them.
What do you think we're doing? There's only so few of us. Just like there's so
Yeah.
few of you. You can't keep an eye on everything at once. You can build systems
Okay.
to help them.
Let's not argue.
Valerius cuts in. Will we be given any supplies for this mission?
Yes, yes.
We'll be giving you whatever we can, but you've also taken a fair bit from Cologne, I believe.
Hmm.
Valerius nods, but regarding this, it seems like we'll need more supplies. But of course, we will get you the list as soon as we can. Then I look over to Wendigo. Would you like to help me compile the list?
You can see Cologne straight away. He knows what he's got to do.
Hmm.
All right. If that's the case. I'll look towards the rest of the body. Do we have any other questions? If not, I'll get to Cone and start talking in preparation for equipment.
We need floor plan.
Valerius nods on that. I have that being searched up right now. And Valerius
Oh,
shakes the tablet he's holding.
Last question. I don't know when Wendigo would know this or anyone else. What do people inside the cathedral normally wear?
The common folk who go to the cathedral during the sermons just wear like
Yes.
average clothes.
Whatever the fuck is
There are like, you know, it's like going to the mosque or going to the church. You dress up enough.
Is there
Like
any nuns or people with specific regalia around?
I think Gunlog would know this enough because you've seen people around there. There are a few people in various clergy robes. There's no specific main clergy there, so it's a mismatch of like different people coming in and out and using the services. There's
Wendigo
also
said
guards.
disguises.
I mean, invisibility is even better, but disguises for sure.
If I'm not mistaken, we used up all our invisibility things, right?
There
Like
might
that.
be more we
You,
can buy. We have so much money.
yeah, you have Imogen at her shop, and you have maybe some in with Clone.
Sure. Cool.
Yes.
I remind you that their policy is you buy within your own states to make sure they have money.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Last question. If needed, is assassination acceptable?
Judging by how Ephes has explained it, I don't think that's an option.
To make a proper um to make sure this is done legally, we don't want to make her a martyr.
Hmm.
If she dies in the process, you might have to consider the ire of the people.
Hmm.
This is no longer an individual problem. It's also one of the reasons why we can't just make her disappear.
Yes, we understand. This is a Korea problem.
And security later is public.
I want to make a show of her going into incarceration for a reason. It's to make people doubt.
Which means there's a possibility that each and every one of us might appear on paper.
You can use masks, I don't care.
All right.
Just At the same time, I want all of you to be at least marginally safe. But this is not something you can vaguely escape.
Wendigo will just clench his fists into little balls. Don't like it.
Again, speak with Colton. He might have outfits.
Hmm.
Go to your whoever it is you go see to buy stuff. They might have something. Beg, borrow, steal.
Funds.
We have funds. Yes. That reminds me. I have to arrange for your awards for bringing in another person and information.
How remuneration.
Exactly.
Is it?
I'll have somebody deliver it to you and through your bank account before I leave. She says that as if she has other things on her mind as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you want me to go through this one time again? The reason why I'm giving you this information is because I know you have the skill sets needed. Otherwise, I'll be sending someone else. Someone who is not from Krera, and someone who might destroy everything we love.
I'm done.
I have no questions.
Tien is not that bad. Come on.
Funny enough, he is in part a Kreran. He will deny it, but he very much is. And he's older than he looks.
Kind of figured that. Well, Valerius kind of
I
speaks all the time.
suppose
It's
we
like,
should get out of your hair. So
Wendigo
Valerius
starts
just, like,
moving.
Valerius also stand up, give a short salute, and follow when they go out the door.
Before all of you leave, you can see her sort of shoulders a bit lower. Take a bunch of papers from her table from the front, slowly, eyes glued to them, walking back to her seat.
That
walk out with
insight
the
check
coffee mug.
how dressed and or concerned she is.
Sure.
Eh.
24.
24.
What you can tell with that pretty high roll actually is that she is not just stressed, she's distressed.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the anger that she has, the questionable retorts that she's given all of you is all emotionally driven.
Mm-hmm.
And she's worried.
Planning time.
Okay. You go back to where are you guys going? Are you getting a different room? Are you going back to your friends and family?
I think we go to a room
Random
that's
meeting
not in
room.
Club Med.
Okay. That is the best idea. You find your usual meeting room unused and
Yeah.
empty.
Perfect.
Wendigo will detour to the mess hall first and just grab a whole platter of the nearest thing. Then he'll go to the meeting room.
Okay.
Oh, breakfast.
You managed to grab a whole bunch of fruits, some like multiple links of sausages.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what you did was you grabbed like a what do you call those things? A wheelbarrow worth of food that was going to be deposited to each stall, and then you're just like, this is mine now.
I'm picturing one of those big wheels of cheese just
Just
chilling
randomly
on
there.
top of the.
I'm going to say
And
sure.
Wendigo
You have-
takes it and brings it to the meeting room.
It's like a giant wheel of Munster.
No.
Munster by the monster.
Then Wendy's like, wait, are you guys not getting anything?
Oh, I want to just kind of like sidebar Wendy just to ask you came in? Are you
No.
hungry?
Work time.
And Valerius pulls out the tablet. Have I found the floor plan yet?
Okay. It's gonna take you a while to sift through because what you have to do is you have to hack into the Riker system, and
Oh,
they
boy.
have a lot of files. So many
So-
files. But at least you
Valerius
know
just
the
sitting there
system
like,
enough.
Oh, yeah.
You know the system enough to look for keywords. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is make me what shall I make you roll for this one?
While Valerius is working, Wendigo will be making eating noises in the background.
Maybe sleight of hand to see how quickly I can pass through the firewalls.
I'm gonna say
Int check.
no. It's gotta be an intelligence thing.
Okay, pure intelligence?
I
Tool check?
how about Arcana? You're good at that
Okay, let's do
because
that.
you're hacking. Make me two. Make me the first one, and then I'll tell you what that does to the second one.
Oh, okay, so can I like narrate a bit like what Valerius does?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so Valerius kind of like tells her, like, all right, I need a few minutes to pull out the floor plan. So he takes his tablet and mounts it on a small little stand, sets it in front of it. Then he pulls out a keyboard from his little pouch of holding, attaches it to the tablet along with a mouse, and then pulls out a second screen, attaches it next to it. Then he starts hacking. Oh god, here
Okay.
we go. 16. Is that enough? Do I want to risk it? Do I want to give it
It's
extra
entirely up
boost?
to you.
You're not gonna tell me anything, are you? Yeah, I'll boost it
Nope.
to 21.
Okay.
Second one.
21 gets you past some stuff. There's a countdown, but because you rolled high enough,
Oh, I
you
forgot to roll
manage
the Arcana check. Sorry, 1d4. There we go. It's 25.
25. A lot. You managed to catch a countdown timer. Make another roll.
Okay, let's go. Does anyone have inspiration?
Okay.
That is not good.
I have one.
All right, thank you. Okay, much
Okay,
better. 1d4.
big.
Hold on.
You okay?
24.
24. This time you you almost clicked the wrong thing,
We're like,
but
oh,
with
shit.
the grace of another person's inspiration, you did not do a typo. You did not call to attention that you're trying to hack into a system. Especially since you have previously last night just changed all your credentials to be able to get through to certain floors. So they're onto you.
Yeah.
But at least you didn't do it enough for them to be like, he's trying to get in. Okay.
I was like,
Now,
okay.
I would like you to roll me a sleight of hand, but use your intelligence because you're
Okay.
trying to sift through files. It's just one roll, and we'll see what you
Okay.
get. And that will tell me how long it takes for you to find this information. While this is happening, good luck. You're trying to remember whether or not you can get in and out safely and discreetly into the Omni Cathedral.
Do I also get my the little thing that gives me the default with this roll, or is it a no?
What is the little thing?
The one that gives me the D4. Basically says when I make an Arcana check, but just now you made roll, so I'm not sure whether it quantifies or not.
Is this the company one that you have?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Um,
Grand total of 19.
19. Oh, it's okay. It does take you the better part of 2 hours to sift through.
Oh, good. I
It's
was hoping.
a lot
Go
of
on, sorry.
buildings. It's a lot of buildings, and you cannot do
Oh.
anything else while this is happening.
Oh, very important. As I'm scrolling through every other blueprint to kind of find the one I'm looking for, can I also like copy it into a hard drive somewhere for future reference?
I'm going to ask you to. If you try and copy it, it's going to add an extra hour. But I also need you to make a roll because
What kind of
copying
roll?
things from a database is something that they would definitely know about.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm assuming Arcana tech.
I'm gonna just Arcana.
Is-
And it's to make sure nobody finds out and cuts you from the system, thereby making you unable to get to your goal. It's a very high DC.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. Never mind.
Okay. You know this is like natural for Rikers to be able to do something. It's like an automatic shutdown.
Yeah, Valeris kind
Like-
of thinks about it for a moment, then it's like, oh wait, there's this. Never mind.
The
Very good,
last
just-
time this happened in Rikers, you were working on a project and the whole system turned off. And then you were on backup power generators.
I'm just gonna assume that every emergency door was suddenly shut and we were locked inside of our rooms for like God knows how long until they're like, okay, we have no more breach. Open doors.
Pretty much, yeah. And it wasn't even like proper white or yellow light. It was like red lights.
Oh boy, actual emergency.
Them some secrets, man. Okay. That will take you 2 hours away from everybody else. You can have like idle conversation, but you're focusing on this really hard. Gunlaug, are you working with Wendigo for the ins and outs?
Yes, for sure, but also trying to figure out if Wendigo needs an intervention.
Okay, go for it. I also remind you that you have city secrets.
Yes, I was gonna ask if I could use that to help out, and maybe also, if possible, go have a chat with Max, who would have helped me scope this place in the past, and pick their brains.
Yes, you have enough time to do all this, but we'll see what you do with Wendigo first. What's happening?
Well, he's sitting there eating a bunch and not looking like he's any less hungry, I think.
That Wendigo is munching and munching.
I'll steal some breakfast. Yum.
So, Wendy,
Oh,
just talk to us. What do you need?
a lot.
Lot of
Too much. Too little.
And I take it you don't want me to go get you anything else.
There's a boy. Young man.
See the reason you're with Aegis?
They're with Mahira.
Oh,
Adopted.
oh. That changes things, doesn't it?
No.
Potentially.
Is that just a coincidence, or
No. Coincidences.
Is it possible they could be there?
Yes. He starts chewing on the cheese wheel. Ah,
And I take it this young boy is important to you, right?
yes.
See your family?
He might not know me.
Sorry, did you say that he doesn't know you?
He might not know me anymore.
Been a long time.
Too long with wrong people.
Right. And if he's there, what will you do?
I don't know.
Do we try to take him with us? Get him for you?
I don't know.
Okay. Are you gonna freak out if you see him?
I don't know.
That's okay. Just okay. Okay, okay.
I will try to keep Target alive.
Are you worried you'll be angry?
What is that?
Are you worried you'll hurt her
Try-
specifically because she's taking something from you?
I don't know.
Okay. Right. I guess just focus on the
Are you
boy.
angry all the time?
Hmm. No, not all the time.
Now?
Yes.
Why?
Because it doesn't feel right. Something here, what we're being asked to do, just something about like there's something about this operation that doesn't sit well with me. We're meant to facilitate for someone else to come in and pretend that they did what we're doing, lie to the public so they'll be okay with it, so they can instate this change built on some false pretense. And it just feels like, oh, that's going to collapse. That's not going to work out. And it does. I don't think this is going to work out. I don't believe in this plan.
Time.
Gunnar,
Mm.
it will work
Why? I mean, how do you know?
because that's how it's always worked.
Mm.
Don't get angry.
Don't get angry.
Let's get back to work.
Talk to us if you need anything. And I don't necessarily mean just a hand. I mean anything. What? Yeah.
You're learning how the world works.
It just works just as fucking shittily as I expected it to.
Hmm.
I know they made me think it might be different here, and it just fucking isn't.
Yes.
Anyhow,
Are
fuck.
you alright?
Ask me tomorrow.
He offers
I'll
her
think
the
about
other
it.
half of the cheese wheel that still has bite marks in it.
I'll have a bite.
Vicious cheese.
This is not the strangest item of food I've shared with Wendigo. Let's be honest.
Hmm.
I might have to have a chat with Max. They scoped this place with me a couple of years back when we were may or may not have stolen copper off the roof of the building.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was us. So they might remember more than me, but I'll check my notes and I'll try to.
I was guarding it.
You've been guarding it. What, the building?
We got tipped off. Never mind.
Right, but don't follow. Get to
Yes.
work.
Shuffle to do.
Mm.
Hey. So, Wendigo will
What's
work with Gunlark on this. Gunlark will work on the break and entry point. Wendigo will think from the point of view of security.
Okay. Gunlug, you go see Max and you sort of bring them to a more quiet area of the Club Med. Club Dead. I don't have
Yes.
a good pun for the place right now. um, and I'm not going to say that this is difficult. You have all the help from Max. I would like you to make. Also, you have city secrets. Make with advantage a roll to see how fast you can sort of organize the situation
Okay,
and
okay,
get
okay.
your entry and exit.
What are we rolling for that?
We are rolling. Let's see, what are you good at?
Wisdom is what I'm good at.
Wiseness.
Yes.
Doesn't Gunlark have charisma too?
Yeah, I've got decent charisma as well and decent dex.
survival, but for the city?
Yeah. Make me a survival check with advantage.
Okay, okay.
because of
Okay.
all the
Do I have
bonuses.
proficiency with this in the city and in this area and working with the people that I know?
Persuade me.
Well, this is more or less my backyard. This is my stomping grounds. This is exactly what my city secrets are for. I
Mm-hmm.
feel proficient with getting in and out and breaking in and entering and sneaking around in the sewers, climbing rooftops. It's kind of my area of expertise.
Just to sweeten the deal, tell me who was with you on the day you stole some rooftop stuff when you went to the Omni Cathedral.
So, let's see, how long ago would it have been? Let's make up a number.
Mm-hmm.
Give it 2.5 years. I would have had Max and Toby with me, and Kina probably up on top with Snorre and Tanner keeping watch and looking out.
Okay.
Down at the bottom, Toby keeping watch from up top, and Kina and Max helping actually dismantle the copper and bagging it and hoisting it down to the bottom so people could take it into the sewer and away in the middle of the night.
Okay. You managed to get
We would have climbed the outside exterior of the building as well, found some nifty way
um
up.
I would say that your lookout was also schmoozing with some ladies. But
Quite
he was
potential.
very, very well dressed and making sure he was a part of the area. Very, very good. Very good, Toby. Somewhere in your original house is a um two bits of roofing and one very strange looking gargoyle. Just for fun. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Take that proficiency bonus.
Hey! Okay. We'll take that proficiency bonus and roll with advantage for a
Oh, big,
26.
big. It doesn't even take you long because of the story that you were giggling about. At the same time, you were laughing with Max about how cad-like Toby was. Um, and at that time, you're not sure if you felt jealous that he's giving so much attention, but you know that he was paying attention to make sure all of you don't get in trouble. You know that there is a better entryway that is not going up to the rooftop because this time you're not going to the rooftop. Max nods
Oh.
and starts sketching a rough diagram from what they remember and what you remember of the underground, avoiding pit traps, avoiding shit monsters, avoiding pretty much whatever it is that is used in the underground to make sure the city is safe and doesn't smell. It goes to a central chamber that connects itself to various indoor toilets because we have plumbing in this era. The good thing is you're not going to be climbing up through poop chutes. There are service tunnels for you.
Ah, even better.
He does. I mean, they do stop though and puts a big question mark. Puts a big question mark past the second floor because neither of you have really gone that far, and you think at this point you might need Valerius's help. But it's
Fair enough.
not been 2 hours yet, so Valerius is very, very occupied trying not to sound the alarm.
I'm assuming like very at some point Goodlord just comes in and is like, Val, I need you. It's like, nope, not now. Check back in an hour.
Pretty much.
Okay, okay. I'll find Boss can kind of help her figure out what our stuff is.
When you
Okay.
come by, okay, I need your help to watch this, and then I direct you to my alchemical kit where I'm making the additional smoke bomb.
Will
I
it
need to.
explode in my face?
I Okay. If it does this, you need to add this, and starts doing this, you need to lower the and then it won't.
I'm gonna
I
roll an
I
intelligence save for my check for myself.
I should be back.
Yep,
I'm
got it.
gonna go try some.
Okay.
Bosk is gonna go look for a one. That's a one. For like to see if she can get her hands on like a live chicken or similar.
Oh my.
'Cause she's gonna try to kill a little animal with harbinger to see if it makes the pain.
You can find a live chicken in the mess hall for people who like their lunches and breakfast free range and still kicking.
Okay, I will slaughter one poorly. See how that.
Where are you slaughtering this chicken, by the way?
Is there a place for it to be done?
Um, there is a pseudo abattoir left of the mess hall.
Are you
Okay.
going to halal the chicken?
Oh, you do.
Yes.
Okay, what I want you to do, because you're doing it the neat way, right? Which is to cut off the
Yes.
neck
Yes.
instead of like just hacking at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a survival check. But you are a doctor, so do it
Survival check.
advantage.
Hey, good thing I
23.
have advantage.
It's a good thing you had advantage, because what I was going to do if you didn't was have that chicken run around in pain, for 7 minutes
Oh.
as it died, because that's what
As
chickens
they
do.
do. Yes.
It's a horrible story my teacher told me when I was in grade 2. Never got out of it. You do such a quick job at dispatching this chicken that if anybody wanted this chicken, they can have
Huh.
like fried chicken, easy.
I will bring it to Wendy. Because he
Uh,
wants something a bit more fresh.
Super fresh. Whatever pain you had, because of the harbinger, is now gone.
Okay. This should tide me until our mission.
The harbinger
Okay.
also feels kind of a little bit heavier, as heavy as the chicken.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
not ominous at all.
It doesn't burp, so
Interesting.
that's good.
It ate the chicken.
It's a chicken. Okay.
I will return to Gunlog to see what she's done to my
So-
wings.
So Gunlag rolled a
Yep.
1. It's a natural
Yep.
2 minus 1. Bosk, tell me what happens with this one. It's just smoke bomb, so it's nothing super
Did
detrimental.
exactly what you told me to do.
She
Guaranteed.
triggered the smoke bomb. She did too well.
You come
Oh.
back into the
She
room and
misread it.
you don't see anything because it's just the visibility. There's just no visibility.
I walk in, use of blind sight. Pull Gunlog out. Very commendable for trying to keep watch on the thing while it's smoked up like this.
Well, it did a thing, and you said to do that other thing, and then it blew up in my face.
It's all right. It happens. Um, is Wendy in this room or has he gone elsewhere?
I don't know, Wendy.
No, why would Wendigo be in the smoke bomb room?
I don't know. Wendy is doing his own planning.
Has he gone to Club Med to plan with Max, or was he somewhere else?
Wait, did Boss take out her stuff in the same room where like they were?
Yes.
Oh no. Wait, what?
Like in the meeting room. I just
Oh
like
yeah,
went
yeah,
to,
in the
went to
in
the
the meeting room.
corner and like
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Wendigo would have migrated somewhere else.
I show Gunlog the chicken and I'm like, I got a fresh chicken for Wendy. He wants it.
He probably definitely wants it.
I'm not sure if he likes feathers. Do you know if he
I
likes
don't-
feathers?
Well, he eats fingernails and bones, so I don't think feathers is really where he draws the line.
I let my kit air out as I like it up a bit, and then okay, we should probably get to planning the rest of the equipment while my stuff clears up.
Yes.
Um,
I would suggest we try to get some more invisibility stuff. That was super handy.
yes, if it's available. We have we
How
counted the
much?
money yet from the chests?
No, I don't think so. How much money do we have?
So much
Who
money.
has the chests? I think he has the chests.
As well as whatever price we are also getting from.
Hmm. Which I have to write it down somewhere. DM to player.
Have you seen Morgana? I think she's copying spells again.
Right.
Morgana,
Wait,
where are you?
Morgana has been quiet the whole session. I just realized.
Oh yeah.
Morgana, where are you?
Morgana has been copying spells.
Okay,
Not
my
done.
assumption was accurate.
It is 27 hours left. Please give me more hours.
Okay, which spells are you close to getting done?
At the
Because we
moment I
have a
got
few hours available.
Hmm.
yeah, but I'm
Well,
doing it
imagine if
from like
Morgana goes
close.
from level 5 to 12 just by copying spells the whole
Oh
time.
my god.
Wait, what? You can do that?
No.
No, you can't.
Oh,
Copying spells doesn't give you XP.
oh, okay. Not calling me. No, I'm working like down, like the higher level spells downwards. So I've already finished teleportation circle, which you have polymorph, and then there's a. I'm working down to fast friend, spell magic. 19 hours would give me, and yeah, I'm now at major image.
Okay,
Oh, major image so good.
I don't think we're getting 19 hours for major image. Um,
Yeah, so
if there's nothing else that you want to do, I guess you can just.
yeah, I'm not following my kids to the forest though.
If
Yeah.
it's
Just
not time you
the end
spend
just give
now, it's
me
time you're gonna
just
have to spend.
yeah, the end just have to let me know
Shrug.
how many hours I spent copying that minus.
It's really up to you where you want to sit down and copy this. You can be in the meeting room with everybody else, because on top of you only needing to sleep for 4 hours, you have from 7 o'clock until whenever you decide to leave.
Yeah.
Do
That's a
we
good
not have
amount of
any
time,
plans
not
at all?
90. We need to get equipped, but you don't
Oh.
necessarily need to be there for that as long as we talk to you and you tell us any that want slash need.
Okay,
We
then
should
I
check
will
with Big Fluffy Cat first, I suppose, before checking anywhere else.
I think
check who?
I think our things that we need to do are go over our things to make like a shopping list like last time.
Yep.
And then talk to Colin, and then how are we getting there? Are we teleporting to the regular circle and then setting up? We're like on foot. Will you?
That
Probably a
is.
good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can visit Imogen to see how things are.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, guess that's
Okay, I will spend as much time as I want. Minus.
Do we know what happened to Iran, by the way?
He's
I
back
think
in
Uh,
his
he's back
Just
in
cell.
said
custody.
goodbye.
yeah,
Is
he's
he just
back in
back
his
in the
cell.
cell?
There will be discussions after this what you want to do with Iral because he's technically your pet, technically. You can also decide to uh make him go to jail for all the stupid shit that he did.
What stupid shit has he just helped?
He was part of Ursa Corpus, so
Yeah, just
likely he
doing
was part
all
of human
nonsense.
trafficking, murdering,
Wasn't he forced
pillaging.
to?
Huh?
Kind of, but
I mean,
that doesn't really change it.
he was only technically quote unquote forced to 7 years ago, but before that he was doing it for the funsies. You know how bad people just happen to have a change of heart?
They just
Yeah.
didn't allow him to get the change of heart.
No, they were like, you want
They're
to
like,
leave?
you can't anymore. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to kill you. And he's like, oh, I don't want to die, so I guess I'm
Well,
still working.
there's no reason to put him in the jail. You just need to put the two loud sisters together and they'll make each other's life hell. Why do you need Iral for that?
Well,
Whoa.
right now the thing is Iral is in containment, so it's
Yep.
up to you whether you guys decide whether you want to set him free, give him a new identity, make him forget, or you want to, it's either rehab or jail.
I'm okay for rehab.
Helpful.
Mm-hmm.
He seems
It is
genuinely
7 years of him
remorseful,
trying to get out of it. It's quite
which
long.
is
Mhm.
kind of like jail. If you think
Particularly
about it.
He
caring.
he did give you a hand, so
Hmm.
We kind of just took it from him.
Whatever. Just make sure he doesn't end up somehow in the same place as like Helena and all that. Just make sure that never happens.
Yep. That is noted in the before times, like way before.
Yeah.
Even
Okay,
Helena's
anyway.
like, I don't want to see him anymore.
Mhm, mhm.
But
Okay,
you
so
can let me know what you want to do with that,
this
in text or something, and then it will just
is
happen.
less important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Morgana, do you want to do anything aside from spending this time calming down? Like, do you have any comments on the idea?
I wouldn't be there to hear all the ideas. So I
Yeah.
would have just
When
been
when
like,
we
okay.
discuss the overall plan,
Yep,
You
I'm
were
not
you'll
there.
be
there.
there. You will
Y-
be there.
You
I mean,
were
I was
there.
there, but I'm like,
Yeah, but you were writing. You were like, yeah, sure,
I'm like,
yeah.
I have free time. I have free time, guys. Let me just do this.
Is there anything in particular you guys would like me to prepare spell-wise? Anything that would be helpful to you or synergize with your abilities that might be
Silence.
Yes. Silence all the way.
I have it.
Hold person.
Have it. That's always prepared on mine.
The classics.
No, it's subclass always prepared.
Ah,
Um,
Put something to the ring of spell storing.
I was figuring I might ask the other wizard that was helpful before if I can find them to maybe put some helpful stuff in there.
If you can
yeah,
find
that
her.
mine.
Yep. I will have to
We
check
have a
on that.
map for that.
Because I feel like there's no point in me putting my spells in there because then I won't have them
Be
today.
resting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
I don't know if you guys would have shared this with each other, but Valerius also met King Philly, who is also somebody
Yes.
who will be like, here, take these spells.
Oh yes, I would definitely turn and say, "Hey, I met this
Ah.
great wizard. His name is King Philly. He helped
Sammy
me out.
King
in-
Philly.
Yeah,
King
What?
Philly.
King
You're sh-
Philly, the
Was
guy
that
that helped me
actually his
cat.
name?
Yeah, his name was actually
His,
King
his
Philly.
name is Samuel King Philly.
Yes, Samuel King Philly, my best friend.
Right.
Right. That
I'm happy to try any wizard and to see what kind of helpful stuff they might be
Sam.
able to provide.
By the
Or
way,
it
it's the
doesn't
one.
have to be wizard, of course, but just anyone that can do some helpful shit.
At this point, would the 1
Do you
hour be done
guys
already?
have
Sure.
any
Yeah.
specific helpful stuff you can suggest that I try to get?
Uh,
Any ideas?
I shrug because my knowledge of magic.
I mean, if we can't get the pass without trace cookies or chewing gum,
Uh,
the actual
I
spell would be
have.
great.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I might see if I can get that from someone.
Uh,
That's a good idea.
at some point, Valerius walks says, "I have the floor plans."
Okay, here's a thought of what might be useful to get.
Do we want
Can,
another get out of jail
can
free card if we need to
get
get
a
out of Dodge?
no, that's not an option.
Yeah,
Instead,
because we need to hold them
look
here.
for a spell that lasts for an hour that can let me see. Wall of Force is only 10 minutes. That's like if you have
Yeah.
something that
Force cage.
seals the area for 30
What is
minutes, we win.
Otiluk's Resilient Sphere?
The bubble
That
lasts a
doesn't
minute.
last long.
Yeah.
I have
it's
a
a bit-
stupid question, DM. Does mold earth work with concrete?
No.
No.
I guess
That
yeah.
is not.
I'm not even a DM and I
Concrete.
know the answer
Well,
to that.
Concrete is an aggregate of plaster, random bits of rock, sand.
All right, was just asking. All right.
But
do
yeah,
you guys remember those binding bands I told you guys that I'd heard about? I
The
think.
what?
Pilaro. I
Binding
don't
bands of
think.
Bilaro.
Yes.
You
Oh.
might, but you think
We have
good
the
luck.
money
You
for it
have
now.
not just that. You might be able to squirrel this from Ethis, given your situation. You think you're not sure if you
Ah!
could do this, but um, you have to make sure she's still here because she did say she was gonna leave.
I will just immediately as the thought hits me, I say, I will ask Ethis, and I will get my map
Run away.
out and just try to.
Okay.
Sh-
We need to get a scroll or something of arcane lock. So, assuming she's in the sermon room or whatever, we close the door arcane lock immediately.
We probably should get more than one if there's more than one entrance.
S-
What about? Hang on. Blah 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 blah. When you
Ye-
cast spell, you say.
There's gonna be a lot of frightened people, I imagine.
Huh? No,
Well,
she should be chilling in there. I don't think. I think her level 5 is because she'll be there after visiting hours and at 5, but she's in there 6 to 7.
It should
Ah,
be
okay.
fairly empty,
Ah.
yeah.
So the plan is we go in arcane lock the door and be ready to deal with what's there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but let's also see what level what spells are there that last a while.
So she's good at fighting, is what Ethis said.
I am
at this
guessing a
said that
paladin.
you don't know. Ethis said that she has beaten her sister multiple times in
That's-
combat.
We
Just
don't know
like
if it's just
straight up
we don't
combat.
know if it's because she just chucked the whole person and her sister and beat her up, or because she actually has a better beater upper way.
You don't know.
I like how
There
like
is
the
no better upper,
there-
better beater upper
That's
way.
that's a
best
sentence.
guess, yeah, my best guess, cause holy person and good fighter is that it's a paladin that will holy fucking smite you.
No, but also if let's say her sister's a fighter, she just presses barbarian weight rage and wins.
oh
A fighter does not beat that.
Or
that is true.
is a monk and
Also
just
true.
dodge actions every turn.
It's done.
Also true.
Done
Or
lock
just
the sister.
unlock, yeah.
Fighters like, bro, that's not fair.
It's like stunlock the sister. Sister like action surge. For what? You can't do anything.
No, but really the barbarian just presses one button and that's done already,
Easy.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
since we had the floor plan, right? Just to clarify, do we have a rough idea where Myra's gonna be?
I'm gonna say yes. I will provide you the floor plan in the next session.
Okay.
You'll have the ability to see the floor plan.
Nice.
Shouldn't you give it to us between sessions so we
Yes,
can
I'll do that.
plan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, guys, like whoever's good in magic, help think of a 1 hour thing besides arcane lock that also seals the deal. Because I do not appreciate like 30 minutes times 10 or 300 rounds of soldiers attacking us or something.
Yeah, pretty much. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
no. Being able to lock down something would be very helpful.
I mean, I can use this,
also
but whether it helps or not, yeah, we can just punt it in there, lah. But if it gets dispelled, then fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's force cage, 100%. That's the spell that we need.
Force cage.
Force
Okay.
cage. I have not
What
actually.
level is that?
7th
Seven.
level.
I can get that in my ring.
Yes.
Force cage. I am not. What?
And still have room for pass without trace, I think. What level is pass without trace? Second?
I think it's second
2.
or
Pass without a
second.
trace is second. Yeah.
Yep, then I have room for both.
Okay. If we
Alright.
can get force cage, that's all we need.
Yes.
And if we can
No,
get
no,
that
no,
all.
not
Alright.
all. Like Force Cage deals with the lady, but it doesn't deal with the reinforcements. So we need
Yes.
additional like
Yeah.
Reinforcements might come with disintegrate. I think is the thing that counters that.
yeah, but we need to arcane lock the door and see how many walls of
Alright.
forces we can toss out.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
okay. Question: is there any way that Is there any sort of barricades we can buy to deploy on the spot? Does Rikers or Imogen have something like that? Like a literal iron doorstop or something that's more advanced than what the fuck I just said?
There's the instant fortress, but if the DM allows you to get
Lamau.
there, I don't know what we've been doing.
Intro
Lamau.
instant fortress. Just like
No,
Like,
not
as,
Ah.
indoors.
as a
We
DM,
destroy the
that's
cathedral.
one of my most hated items ever because of how poorly thought out it is.
It's like instant fortress inside a cathedral. What?
Yeah, we were hired to renovate. They
I
didn't
will
tell
anyhow
you?
check off and look for people that might have the spells that we've now discussed and see if I can.
Hmm.
Okay,
down them.
make me a. Who are you looking for first?
I will do what I did before and ask the map for people that might have capabilities and access to these spells.
Okay,
Starting with
roll
voice cage.
me
'Cause I
a
think it's
1d100
the 100 coming up.
percentage. 19.
19. I hope that's good.
It's not, but okay.
Oh.
I mean, you don't lose anything. What happens is it does bring you to a person, but that person seems uber fresh.
Uber what?
Like fresh, as in new-ish, and it's just sitting around. Oh, hello, hi. You're looking at me. Why?
Yeah, I just look at my map, look at the person, look at the map. I'm looking for you,
Uh-huh.
I think. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Are you capable of casting Force Cage?
I was.
Was?
Yeah, oh, that was yesterday. I mean, I could prepare it tomorrow.
Ah, shit. Do I know how long until, like, how many hours we have until thingy thing happens?
It is now 11:30, and you are leaving between 5 and 6.
They don't happen to be elf, do they?
No,
This person I'm looking at? Oh,
no.
As you're looking at them, their face suddenly morphs through multiple races like a Skyrim screen.
Joke's on you. They're a changeling.
yeah.
No, they're not. They're human.
Can you changeling into an elf to gain the benefits of Fallout?
That's not how
The
it
person will
works.
see me look super disappointed. Do you know anyone who can cast Force Cage today?
I don't think that's something we tend to, have a chat about usually before preparing, and that was yesterday's deal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know you. I'm Kunlaug. I'm
She takes her
trying
hand. She's
to
like,
go
"My
through
name's
my preparation
Emily."
phase.
It does happen a lot. Like usually, I'm also looking for people to spare some spells that I don't have. Usually, healing stuff. Um, I'm so sorry I can't help you today.
Okay. You can hit me up in the future for healing stuff, I suppose.
Definitely, and hopefully next time I'll have something that you have.
You don't happen to have Posted Out Trace?
Out of character, is that a wizard spell?
It's a
No.
druid spell and a ranger spell.
Ranger Druid.
Yeah, a wizard's
She
not gonna
she
have
looks at
that.
you. She's like, I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what that is, but I don't.
Don't know how to. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow,
Sorry.
I'm gonna go back to looking at this map and looking. Yeah.
Okay. She has
Sorry.
like this uncomfortable grin mouth thing going, and she's like, it looks as if she's very uncomfortable with not being able to help people.
Well, Good, like
Alas.
already moving on.
Okay, she's. If you look back, she'll be just looking in your direction, like I'm sorry.
Me
Okay.
too.
Unfortunately, that was a 19, so there are
Yeah.
no other alternatives for that particular one today.
Okay, okay. Pass it a choice.
Us without a trace. Easy enough. It's a level 2. You don't even have to roll. There's a person nearby, and they're just chilling, walking around.
Hi, excuse me, person.
Hmm?
You don't happen to be able to help me with the pass without trace?
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Heidi's spell helps me
Um,
keep my party.
yeah.
Thing.
Usually it's for me though.
Could I buy you a drink and
No, as in
perhaps?
it's when I cast it, it's on me.
Need to
Oh,
explain
yeah,
what the ring does.
could you put that in this fancy ass
Oh
ring
yeah,
I've
I can
got?
do that. And then immediately she just casts the spell.
Perfect, thank you.
Nice.
Very kind of you. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's Catlin.
Sadly. Nice to
No,
meet
it's
you.
Catlin.
I will buy you a drink if this all goes well.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Do you not happen to know anyone that can do like entrapment, like cage type of magic? Force cages?
You see her squint. She's like, nope,
Oh,
I don't even know what that is.
yeah, I've only heard about it. All right,
Have you tried
thanks.
the library?
I think that'll be the next stop.
Mm-hmm. How about I heard you could buy scrolls?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I
Okay, I gotta go now.
see ya. Thanks.
Then she just disappears.
Okay, I'll go one spell.
Oh, if you find the scroll, what
Mhm.
you can do is you can bring the scroll to
A
the
strong wizard.
previous person that wished they could help you,
Yeah.
and then they can
then-
cast it with the scroll into the ring. That way we won't be subject to the whims of the dice roll comes time
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
cast.
I was hoping that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So I guess next stop library to see if they have scroll.
Library. Okay, you make yourself to the make your way to the library. You don't make yourself into the library. That would be weird.
Oish.
And you ask the usual suspects, and they point you to uh, a person that you haven't met, but Morgana has. I'm just gonna go through my notes. Um, Thankfully, I feel the librarian is not here, but Jeremy, the Minotaur scribe, is, and he's just standing
Jeremy.
there, and he's like, it's just, he looks like he's looking for someone, and he has a scroll in his hand.
Hello.
Oh, hey, can I help you?
Yes. Um, do you happen to have scrolls for Force Cage? It's like a wizardy thing.
Force cage. Let
Be
me
real
check.
helpful.
He opens his book and he starts going down. You see an index, like a full index.
Okay, okay. That's a lot
It
of magic.
it's yeah, I know. I've been working here for a while. Force cage. Do you have all the stuff necessary?
I could maybe get it. What stuff is necessary?
You need
It's
ruby dust worth 1,500 gold pieces.
No, I think we can probably get that.
Cool, cool, cool. Also, this is gonna take a while. So it's kind of expensive. It's gonna cost you about 15,000 gold pieces. I mean, that's
15,000 gold
with the
pieces.
company discount.
Yeah.
Also, it's gonna take me like about two. He's literally just mouthing numbers, like trying to calculate how long it's gonna take. Maybe between 2 and 3 hours to get it to you. I would be able to find you, assuming you're gonna be here.
I'm happy to come back here in 2 hours.
Oh, it's cool. I can find you.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool,
That's a
cool.
confirmed, right? Like 15.
Just assume that I will want that. Yes.
Oh wait,
Then I
15,000? Can we check our bank account?
Out of
Maybe.
character, you're gonna get some money in as well. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
and
check
I-
and see how
Yeah,
much
let's
of that
check
money just
first.
goes pyong for that scroll
Oh,
right
I
there.
yeah.
figured
Pyong.
I will also tell Ethis that if this is what it takes to get this person, she's gonna fucking pay for it. That was pretty much what I figured.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna cut in very quickly. It's 11 o'clock. I have work in 3 hours. So I'm gonna go get some shut eye before my
Okay.
shift
Oh,
starts.
in that case,
So-
we're gonna say goodbye to Valerius for the moment.
Bye,
but
guys.
I'm also going to close off after this. He looks at you and he's like, "Well, it's a pretty big spell. We do have it. I just have to look for it. You're sure, right? Because it's archival stuff. You can
Yep.
tell that he doesn't really want to go into the archives to find it unless you're 100% sure.
Look, I fucking need that. Real bad.
Oh, okay, lady. Like, you seem kind of serious. Cool. I'll find you. But also, have you seen like a person about this high, strawberry blonde hair, cut short, kind of a deep voice, answers to uh Germaggio.
Germaggio.
Yeah, he's supposed to pick this up for me, and I mean, I
Sorry,
saw
no.
him just now, and then he sort of disappeared. Damn. Okay, I'll get back to you in a couple of hours, maybe less.
Cool.
Hopefully less.
Perfect. Thank you very, very much. It's very helpful.
Cool, 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 cool. And then he toddles off through to some of the stacks to look for Germaggio. You hear him whisper,
classic
Germaggio,
Germaggio.
Germaggio, are you here? Because we're gonna end this episode right here. Thank you everybody for playing, and I will see you next
Thanks,
week
DM.
with the team caught up and the blueprint with them and some monies in their pocket. Bye.
Well,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so